Hello everyone, it's Maka here with the PAX South 2019 Mario Kart 7 tournament. I'm going to be commentating over the gameplay and going over some of the decisions I made about what went right, what went wrong, and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get this started with round 1. Now I don't remember how many people total were there for the tournament, but for the first round there were 7 players, with the top 4 advancing. So in the first few rounds I don't need to aim for first place, I just need to get into the top few positions that advance. And the first race was Rainbow Road, and not really much happens here. I just managed to get the early lead and just hold it for the entire race. Usually the players you run into in first round tend to be less experienced, so it's no surprise that this first race is pretty easy. So moving on to the second race, it's Toad Circuit, and this one's more of an item-focused track because there's a lot of off-road shortcuts. So I decided to slow down right here and try to get like a star or something to plow through everybody, but unfortunately I get triple mushrooms, so I'm looking at the other items people are getting and watching out for any stars, which there is one, so... But luckily they went wide, so I didn't need to do much about it. And then here I'm trying to get a draft off the Metal Mario. I get the draft and try to get a Super Mini Turbo, that way I can fly across the ramp without having to use a mushroom, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. So then, because of all that, I'm now into first place with a mushroom, which is Blue Shell Defense, so that's a very good position for me right now. But unfortunately, I'm vulnerable to red shells from second place. Luckily, second place has not pulled a red shell just yet. Now the player in second place is Abdallah Smash 026. Right here he attempts to snipe me with the banana peel, so I'm trying to take some weird lines to not get sniped. Now Abdallah gets a second place red shell, but I predicted that there was going to be a late game blue shell, so if I have the mushroom and Abdallah doesn't, he'll have to drop out and let me pass. However, a blue shell does appear, and so I decided to just hold on to the mushroom anyway, so that way you can dodge the blue shell after being hit, which also acts as a recovery. However, unfortunately, Abdallah gets a mushroom, so there's not really much I can do unless I pull a red shell. I pulled triple bananas and then try to go for a snipe, which that didn't really go anywhere. And like I said earlier, I don't have to go for first place, I just need to finish in the top 4, so Abdallah winning this one doesn't really matter too much. I probably could have won that had I just aimed some of the banana peels onto the shortcut, but like I said, I don't need to go for first place. Moving on to the third race, it's Maka Wuhu. I get bumped around a little bit to try to get some coins off these ramps. I'm also trying to like bag a little bit for not too low position item, but an item that's not in first place. And so I get a Firefire for my first item. And then I decide to backspam, but because I drifted right there, I ended up going into the off-road. So then I try to combine a trick with a Fireball throw to get it to go farther, and try to snipe the Metal Mario first, which I get him eventually. And I have to go a little bit wide to avoid the banana peel. Then the Yoshi in first place takes a while to get their item, so I throw my red shell immediately, since they didn't react quickly enough. And then he very early shock pops up and gives a dodge to third place. So then I try to steer out of the way to avoid getting starred by Jay Sully. So now Jay Sully is out in first place. And then I use a mini turbo to get my speed back, since that's how you recover speed in this game. Do a mini turbo, you'll get all your speed back. And then do a mini turbo off here, and then push forward on the circle pad to get a diving boost, which will restore all my speed. And then I decide to skip out on the shortcut and go for items, see if I can attack Jay Sully. I try to go in for a draft, but he drops a banana peel on me. A bit too risky of a move right there. I would have gone tight right here, but I thought Jay Sully would also go tight on the turn and trap me in that little line between the wall and the boulder path. But he also went wide as well. And then a last-minute blue shell pops up, so I'm keeping an eye out for if they're going to drop out or not. I'm also staying out of the middle road so I don't get hit by the blue shell. Jay Sully does try to slow down for the boost pad and try to catch me in explosion, but it doesn't quite work. So then I'm able to take first place and then make a run for it. And that's another first place. So the final race of round 1 is Mario Circuit. I had a feeling there's going to be some shock I have to dodge later on, which probably would help me win the race, so I decided to slow down for a star. And then I'm trying to get a draft off another player. See, the drafts are really broken in this game. You get a draft and then use a mini turbo, then you can go really fast. But I'm unable to get that. And I'm also trying to prevent others from getting the draft as well. But because I did that, it messed up my alignment for this little strat where you go off the other ramp. And I landed right on the grass. But then I was able to get the draft eventually. At least the Super Mini Turbo. Bang against the wall, but still get some speed from that. Then I see the Metal Mario in front of me have triple banana, so I go a little bit wide to dodge it. Then I see the last place pick up an item box, so I decide to spam my star since I'm feeling I'm going to spam the shop because round 1 players. Luckily I'm able to get the shock dodge and take the lead. However, that lead is cut short because last place picked up a blue shell, so I decided to just keep going since I'm too far ahead to drop out. I drop my banana peel and then hold on to the green shell since I'll need it for later. And by later, I mean right now, to snipe Abdallah as he tries to pass me. And then another shot goes off, it's gets rid of his fire flower, which is something I was worried about. Don't need to worry about that anymore. I decided to take the wide lines just so I can get the quicker recovery. I didn't think I'd be able to make the glider cut right there with the while being tiny. Then right here I predict that Abdallah's gonna go for the coin, so I decide to drop a banana peel right on the coin path, and I get him. And then from here I hold on to first place for the rest of the race. So for the first round I finished in first place, and the other 3 players advancing are Abdallah, Jay Sully, and Ryan. It was a pretty easy round, wasn't expecting too much of a challenge right there, but the later rounds end up being more challenging than this. So that's gonna do it for the video of the first round of PAX South 2019. I'm gonna be uploading more rounds from this tournament, and also upload the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe PAX South tournament as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you all next time.